You just watched me take off this factory diverter valve. That will be replaced with this. Figure since we have all of this space available right now, we get this in before we put everything back up and it gets all complicated and everything. So I hope that stays in when I put it in there. Oh yeah, out with the old, in with the new. That's how we do it. Like I said, new bolts please. New bolts. Let's get it in. Remember in the start of this video, I said, make sure you have all new bolts when you're putting this car back together. You could only use it once. Well, when that oil pickup tube broke, I went ahead and bought a new pickup and didn't get the new bolts. And I decided that today was the day I was gonna put it back together with the original bolts. Just this oil pickup, because I do have everything else. Now, get yourself replacement bolts, please. They're only good for one-time torquing. I got all but one. I did snap it, and I mean, I didn't even, it wasn't even that tight. So you see that? It's sitting in its place. Everything else is tight. With my experience, I can tell you that that's not the end of the world. For me to fix it, it's going to be a whole other project. I don't want to get involved with. That's going to have to come back out, and I'm going to have to drill and tap this aluminum block. So we're going to put it back together like that. Missing this bolt there because, yeah. And we're gonna hope for the best. It'll be all good. I got this. Well, the moral of the story is, do as I say and not as I do. That was a stupid move. I should have got new bolts for that, but I'd have had to wait a whole nother weekend. I need this car up and running, so it be's how it be. All right, everyone. Y'all seen me get that out. Oil pan gasket, oil pickup tube, right, that broke. Let's take a look. Let's see where we at for today. So we had gotten the oil pan gasket the oil pan all the way out. We got the new pickup tube in there, and well, I put the water pump back in there. Let's see if we can see it though. And I got the new blow-off valve, turbo smart blow-off valve in there. God damn, it's hard to see it. That's it right there. That's the new turbo smart blow-off valve in there. Yep. So diverter valve was in, oil pickup tube, everything's clean. Oil pan is clean. We're ready to roll. We're ready to put it back up. we're gonna call it a day today, though. That was a pretty long process. We'll get back to this in the morning. All right. All right, folks, here we are. Another day. We're ready to go back up. All the new stuff are in there. Just making clearance to get the oil pan back up and in its home. So throw y'all up in time lapse and just follow along. There might be a possibility, since I'm working by myself, that I'm gonna disconnect some more of these things just so I'm not lifting like 500 pounds by myself to align everything. So I might take some more things apart just to get it back up easier, because that's gonna be difficult lining up while I'm lining up the other side while I'm getting that frame back in there, you know. So all right, time lapse it is. All right, let's get this going. Remember, guys, cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Oh. Everything lines up nicely. Looks like it's gonna work out well. Let's get it back up. All right, folks, excuse the music. I do not have copyrights to that, but oil pan is back up. All new bolts. Please get new bolts when you do this project, please. Anyways, front of the motor is back up. Idler pulley, power steering pumps back up. Belt is back on. Differential is back up. What else? What else? Drive shaft bolted back up nicely. I've started getting some sensors back in. So main project has been completed. So next thing we have to do here is, you see all of that's missing. Well, that's where it is. We gotta slide this back up under there and start bolting that sucker back up. All right, look at that. That's all that's holding up the motor right now. Alright guys, so we'll get this back in and we'll get this project rolling back on 4 wheels. Alright everyone, so from the last clip, we were able to get the spindles back in place, the frame aligned, almost ready to go back up. Most of it's there. That's the sway bar link you see down there that's hanging. This spindle's back in place also. Don't mind the loose bolts. We got to get the brake calipers in place, get everything lined up exactly. But once again, major progress. It's almost back up in its place. The steering shaft has to go back in the steering rack. Rack has to get in its home. So bunch of small little things. This is looking like another day project though. Starting to get hot out here once again. So we're almost there. I think one more weekend and we'll be pretty all right. All right, stay tuned.